Hey guys, Gathering Magic back again, daily rewards claim, and had the best day of grinding I've had in quite a while. Had lots of time to play this morning, so we are starting with 10 silver chests on the main account and up to 35 for the season. So this season I'll be earning silver chests instead of gold chests on this account, so hoping to get into the 50s. Got just under a week to go. Okay, let's get started. A little bit of SPS. 30 merits. That reminds me I do have a Gladius pack to open from the Guild Brawl. A little more SPS. There's a Pellicor Bandit. A couple potions. Another Pellicor Bandit. And a Gargoyle Lion. So not bad. 3 cards. Some merits. Focus is flying. So in their Guild Brawls, I think we finished 4th. We are a Tier 2 guild, so we ended up with 15.7 SPS. So, not too bad. Go ahead and claim that, and claim and stake my daily drop. So SPS went up slightly, it's up to 4 cents again. So now's the time to keep stacking this. Okay, so go ahead and stake. And then we'll go open that Gladius pack, see what we get. Oh, I want to give a shout out to JeffOpensCards and WalkingKeys yesterday for mentioning me when they were attempting to play Splinterforge. So I think after this I might do another quick Splinterforge rundown. Let's go to shop, to guild. Okay, so I already purchased the pack, so I can go to open. So 1 Gladius case. Yeah, Splinterforge is a lot of fun. I can't wait. The pre-sale, I think, is the first week in December, and then the game goes live January 2nd. Okay, so we start with Alpha the Crusher, Witch of Warwick, Whistling Damon, and a couple rares, Ajax Lightfoot, and Sarius. Okay, so let's switch over to the second account. Haven't played this account in a while, haven't had a lot of time. So if I don't have a lot of time, I just try to focus on my main account, and then if I have a little extra time, the $10 account. So this account is not in a guild. So this is the only account where I don't want merits. Have a few chests to open. So I have 5 bronze chests. Go ahead and claim those, up to almost 1 silver for the season. So you can tell I haven't played this account a whole lot. So let's see what we get. Potion, little SPS, Ever Hungry Skull, and 11 merits. One account I don't want merits, of course I get merits. And healing. Okay, now for the $10 account, which I was very happy we did finish in first place in our Guild Brawl. So I ended up getting, and this really will help this account, over 14 SPS. So very happy with that. This is going to allow me to keep renting and earning on this account, just the SPS that I'm getting from Guild Brawls. Even with SPS being at only 4 cents, you know, if I can get 10 or 15 SPS from every brawl, you know, that 40 to 60 cents, I can make that last for quite a while. So might start renting a little bit more tomorrow. I'll have 10 SPS unstaked in 2 days, so that's really going to help this account. Do I have a Gladius case to open? I don't think so. I don't think I have quite enough. Let's check just to make sure. Oh, I do. 2,200. All right, so this will be only the second Gladius case that I'm opening on this account. And of course, if worse comes to worse, you can always burn the Gladius cards to get a little DEC. Okay. Gladius case number 2. Of course, everyone wants Kiora. I'm just happy to get any cards at all, since I'm basically starting with scratch. Okay, starting with Chimney Wall Stop. This seems to be a card that appears in every pack. Gobson, that's nice for Earth. Rare, Ajax Lightfoot. Another rare, Sarius. And Alva the Crusher. Alright, so how many Gladius cards do we have now? Well, we've got a good mix. Only one duplicate so far, so that's nice. I'd like to get at least one of each of the commons and rares if I could. I think I have one of each of the commons now, right? There's 5 commons. I think there's, what, 5 rares? So, got a good mix for only 2 packs. So, happy with that. Okay, now let's go over to Splinterforge. Well, actually, let's go to claim my GLX tokens. So I claimed my tokens from overnight, restake them, got 9 for my daily SPS drop, and since this morning I've earned almost another 4 tokens. Let's go ahead and claim those, because I think what I'm going to start doing here is when the game goes live, I want to have some Forgium. So I am going to transfer to Hive. $13. So it's not a lot of money. This is what? A little over $1.20, $1.30. But the nice thing is Forgium is extremely cheap. So the Forgium token right now is 0.00021. So I think it's going to be 3,000 Forgium for one case or one pack, if you will. So 3,000 would be like 63 cents. So 63 cents is pretty cheap for a pack. So we're going to save up and get some of that later. So right now let's go back to Splinterforge. So basically, well, let's start here, the Splinterforge website. So their pre-sale will start on December 5th. Launch is set for January 2nd. So your cards that you get in the game are available 2 different ways. There's crates and there's bags. So each crate is basically like a pack in Splinterlands. You get 5 cards, which are 5 pieces of equipment. One is guaranteed to be rare or higher. And for the different rarities, it's just like Splinterlands. You have common, rare, epic, and legendary. And I think the drop rates are pretty much the same as a pack in Splinterlands. 75% chance of a common, 20% rare, 4% epic, and almost 1% legendary. One of the main differences between Splinterlands and Splinterforge, cards only level to level 4. The common cards, of course, take more to level than the rare, epic, and legendary. And we'll get into the stats and all that in a minute. So there's different contents. One thing that I noticed WalkingKeys and Jeff were looking at is like trying to equip your hero. They don't have all the different armor types available in the crates. Like, for example, you cannot get a helm out of a crate. You cannot get jewelry, a ring, or an item for your back, which I'm assuming is like a cloak. All the other items in the game, all the different armors and weapons are available, and they said, yeah, equal odds of dropping. And this just talks about bonuses for buying more crates. So just to get back to the game, so to go to Splinterforge, you just go to splinterforge.io. You will log in with your Hive username. It'll show your account how much Forgium you have and your stamina. So your stamina is used per battle. Based on the mana that you use for your team, will reduce your stamina by that amount. And your stamina regenerates automatically at 1 stamina per minute. So to get started, what you will do is you will go to shop. If you want to buy packs, you can buy packs here. Crates will be available in DEC or Forge, either 3000 Forge or 3000 DEC. So what you would do is if you want to pay Forgium, you'll just click how many packs you want. If you want 1, buy with Forge. Say you're going to buy it for 3000, yes. And you have an alpha pack. Now to open this pack, what you will need to do is you'll need to go up on the top where it says Forge. Click on Forge. This will show you how many packs that you own for crates and for enhancements. Now for the open beta that's going probably until December 4th, they give you 100 packs of each to open. So go ahead and open all of them. So when you go to open, you can set how many you want to open. Go to Open Pack. and then you can look at your cards. So I got 2 quivers. Now what this does is when you equip it, this can only be equipped by your ranger. He's the only one that can use a quiver, and it gives you +1 speed. Boots can be used by any class, also give you +1 speed. This is a rarity, it's common. Another common, so this is also for a ranger, and this will give you +1 ranged attack. And then my rare is basically just like a quiver. Now the difference between the cards, so if I search, the one nice thing here on the top, it will tell you how many cards you have total. That's the number on the right. The number on the left is how many you have of that type. So for example, here I have 20 commons out of the 131 cards I own. I have 27 rare, 69 epic, and 15 legendary. The reason I have so many epics is I've combined a lot of the commons and rares and forged them into epics. Okay, so these are all the different types of items you can get. You can sort the armor by what position, like if you want to look for body, like chest armor. These are the 2 chest armor pieces that I have. So this one is epic. You will notice the circle underneath it is a socket. Items can get sockets. Some automatically come with sockets. So if you get a epic or a legendary card, it's going to start with 1 socket, and you can get up to 4. If you see this card right here kind of has a gold border, the gold border cards can only be acquired through combining lower level cards. So for example, if I go to Forge and I go to Reforge, reforging is the only way you can get a gold card. So for example, I have common cards, and it says you can reforge 4 commons into a rare, and that will cost you 50 forgium. So I will just pick 4 cards, and then here I can click Reforge. It'll say you're going to reforge the 4 cards into a rare for 50 forge. Sure, that's fine. So this is a way you can burn a lower level card to get a random higher tier card. So this card is going to be rare, and then it has a 10% chance of turning gold. So that's the only way you can get gold cards. Okay, so going back to cards, so what you do with these is you can sort by rarity. You can combine commons to epic, or commons to rares, rares to epics, and so on. So one of the differences, if I look at common cards, and let's look at the boots, and you go to stats, just like in Splinterlands, if you combine cards, they go up a level, and that gives you a benefit. So right now, if you have a level 1 boot, it's 1 card, gives you +1 speed. If I were to get 40 of these, I could merge 40 of these cards, and this would give me +2 speed. If I get 80 of them, +3 speed, and so on. So just like Splinterlands, you can upgrade them. Now let's find a gold card. So for example, the gold, the main difference, well, let's look at the quiver, since I have 1 of each. So for a quiver, I need 24 to get to level 2, 48 to level 3, and 72 to level 4. So that's for a regular foil. Now the gold foil, same card, I only need 6 to get to level 2, 12 to get to level 3, and 24 to get to level 4 and the +6 speed. So the only difference between gold and regular cards is it takes less gold cards to combine. And like I said, gold cards will give you a bonus when fighting the boss. I think that's mentioned later on this page. Card construction, foils. Yep. So only through reforging can you get a foil card, 10% chance for foil, and depending on what level the foil is, you will get a bonus to the forgium you earn for defeating the boss. So if you get a rare gold foil card and it's on your monster, you'll get an 8% bonus to the forgium that you will earn at the end of the battle. Okay, but just some basics going back to the game. So what you're going to do when you open your cards is you'll go to your hero. You have 3 different heroes you can pick from. Your melee hero, which is your warrior, your magic hero, which is your wizard, and your ranged hero, which is your ranger. Now all the heroes can use the same hand items, feet, body, legs. So all the armor can be used by anyone. Now the only ones that can be used by the warrior are the weapons like the swords and the shields for the offhand. Only the warrior can use that. For your wizard, they're the only ones that can use a staff and the only ones that can use a spell book. For your ranger, obviously they're the only ones that can use a bow and a quiver. So as you equip these items, these stats on the side will change. So like the hands that I'm using right now, this will add to my mana, and this will give me +2 armor. If I took these gloves off, my armor would go down by 2. The bow that I'm using automatically gives 2 ranged attack, and I'm using something else that's adding to the range damage. So that's why my range damage is 10. So some of the gems that you can put in the items will give you a buff. Like, oh, it said right there. I think I hovered over it. Polished Ruby is giving me +5 health. The glowing turquoise gem that I have is giving me +6 ranged. So that's why my range damage is 10. So basically what you'll do is you'll put your armor and your weapons on your character, and then you will go fight a boss. So when you go to battle the boss, there's 4 different bosses. The bosses are capped to different league levels. So the first boss, that's bronze, your monsters are capped to max bronze. So if you have a level 10 common, you can use it against this boss, but it's going to go down to a level 3 common. If you have a level 4 legendary and you go to fight this boss, he's going to go down to 1. So this determines the level of monsters that can fight this boss. So let's click on him. So you'll go to battle. So you can pick 2 summoners. Obviously you probably want to pick 2 different splinters so that you can get a wide range of monsters. I like picking Kelia for the +1 speed and the armor for everyone. And then also I like Ilthane for another buff to speed and return fire. So one of the tips I want to give you guys is you want to buff your speed as much as you can, because that's going to give you more attacks. And if you have anything to slow the boss down, you want to do that so that he gets fewer attacks. So just some abilities on the side. Level of the summoner doesn't matter, whether it's level 1 or maxed out. The only thing that matters is what the abilities are, because that will determine how it buffs your monsters, and it will determine basically what splinters you can play. Like I said, the monster's maximum level is determined by what level you own or rent and the tier of the boss you're fighting. Some abilities don't work as normal. Now if you hover over this, it will tell you all the different abilities that are replaced with 1.5 damage. So any monsters that would have Blast, Bloodlust, Close Range, Dispel, Giant Killer, Knockout, Opportunity, Oppress, Piercing, Reach, Redemption, Scattershot, Sneak, Snipe, Stun, or Trample, all those abilities will be replaced on the bottom with this little icon, this purple icon that does 1.5 damage. Order of your monsters does not matter. If you have a monster with Shatter, that reduces the boss's armor by 10 if they have armor. This boss doesn't have armor. Poison damage happens at the start of effective monster's turn. So as soon as you poison the boss, when he goes to attack again, that's when the poison will take effect. And Force Field reduces damage by half instead of down by 1. So those are just some rule changes. So, and as you can see, there's no time limit on this, so you don't have 2 minutes to submit a team. It's as long as you need to. So after you pick your 2 summoners, on the bottom of the screen it'll say you can have up to 7 monsters, and at least for my character, with the item I have equipped, I have 60 mana I can spend, and I've spent 8 so far on my team. So what I like to do is I'll go click on 10 just to get the highest level monsters first. I like Corsair. I like having a taunt monster, and I like having him for some extra damage. Then I usually go to 7, click Brightwing for the armor repair. Now I've got 3 monsters left. I'll go down to 4. I like the Time Mage for the slow, and the Crystal Smith for the heal. And then my last one, I like doing Scavo just for a little bit more armor repair. Well, let's max out the mana. Let's go for 6. Deep Lurker will do a little bit more damage. Double Strike. Well, let's pick the Exile. So once you pick your team and you're happy with it, like I said, the order, it'll show your monsters down here. Order doesn't really matter. You'll go ahead, you'll click Battle. You'll go to a screen, it'll show you kind of a little animation, and then it will load and show you the battle. And in the battle, you will not defeat the boss. As you can see, the boss has tens of thousands of health. Like this boss has 64,000 health. But what you want to do is just as much damage as possible. The number up here, you can speed or slow up the battle. So if you click the negative, it'll slow the battle speed down. You can click here to start the fight. So it'll show your character against the boss. And it will go through the battle. So the first thing it will do is it will apply your summoner buffs to your team. Return fire on the team. Slow on the boss. And then the battle begins. And like I said, you can slow this down, speed it up. At the end of the battle, if you don't want to watch the whole battle, you can click skip to rewards. Now, one bug that I've noticed is usually you would click skip to rewards and a box would pop up here. It would tell you how much forgium you earned, how much damage you did. So I don't know if that's just loading slow or if that's a bug. It looks like it's not loading. And then you can go ahead if you wish. You could battle again. And you could pick a different boss. So that's just kind of the basics of how to play in the game through. I'll do another video in a bit, just kind of going through more in detail of like how to combine cards, how to insert gems, how to enchant items. Like right now, like if you have boots and it has a socket, one thing you could do is you could imbue it. So you could put a rune or gem in those boots and give it a special ability. Some of these special abilities will allow you to play monsters from different summoners. I don't find those are very useful. Usually the items you want to put in are gems that give you plus to stats. But I'll go through all that in a later video. Just wanted to go through some of the basics of Splinterforge. I think it's a lot of fun. Like I said, the game goes live in a couple, 3 weeks. And those are just some of the basics of the gameplay. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about Splinterforge, leave them in the comments below. Like I said, I'll be doing another video just going more into depth on, some of the more advanced features of the game. Until then, hope you guys are doing well, and stay tuned for that future Splinterforge video. I'll upload that probably sometime this weekend after Thanksgiving. So hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving holiday, and I will see you again soon. Take care, guys, and happy grinding.